Creating the whisky, Norm and I always wanted to make a whisky. It's just one of those things. It was a passion that we had to do to make the first whisky ever made in Kent. The size of the distillery meant that we couldn't produce a large amount on our own, so we worked with Robert Wicks at the Western Brewery. Robert did the fermentation and gave us the wash. So on one day in 2015, a lorry arrived with some IBCs containing 2,000 litres of the wash, which is the fermented extract that we get from the barley. It's a single malt, so it's made from a lovely barley using Robert's Green Sand Ridge water that he gets locally for his brewery. He used his special culture yeast, fermented it to about 8.7%. We took it in, and in about 8 or 9 distillations took it from 8.7% up to mid-30s. And then we took those low wines, as they're called, put them back into our lovely still patience and redistilled it up to just under 90. We then took it down to about 67% for cask aging. This is a cask we used. It's a once used US bourbon barrel that had been in Scotland with one aging of a Speyside, which is what we wanted. We didn't want all the sweetness coming through from the US bourbon, so we put it in here and left it for 4 years, by which time it had matured, and we released the whisky on World Whisky Day, 18th of May last year, 2019. The whisky itself is beautifully smooth, quite characteristic of Kent, with lots of pear aromas in it. It's delightful neat. I mean, it's only 549 bottles, so we don't drown it out. We don't recommend that you put a mixer with it usually. It's beautiful as a sipping whisky, and that's the way we would recommend that you take it. Perhaps just a little splash of water in there, just to release a few more of the aromas. But it's a beautiful spirit on its own. Because we distilled it in a non-traditional way, normally when you do a whisky distillation you would use the equivalent of an alembic still, which is a larger version of faith. We actually used patience, so we rectified the spirit. So when it came out of the still as a new make spirit, it's beautifully smooth. And our new make spirit is delightful on its own. You've got a lot of freshness and aromas in there. It's nice and smooth, and we're so proud of it. As part of our whisky set, which comes in the connoisseur's box, we provide a little stainless flask with new make spirit, so the lucky purchasers can see the difference that 4 years in the barrel has made. So the new make spirit, smooth, water white, very complex, but when we've put it in the oak, we could pick up some tannins, so you've got a little bit of dryness in there, and we've got some aging, some chemistry going on within the barrel. So it picks up some of the colour, which is where that lovely colour comes from, so it's not an artificial colour that's been added, and it makes a delightful present for the connoisseur.